What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Dima, I'm a piano music. So DJ Vlad has been releasing a series of clips of his interview with Brittany Renner. Many of these clips have been going viral, and a lot of people have been retweeting them or writing blogs on them or blog posts. But I want to deal with this particular segment that DJ Vlad dealt with her about her possibly being a side chick in the past, okay? And what her position is about being a side chick in the future. Now, recently on DJ Academic's show, she was there. Academics kind of, may have iterated that she was always been a side chick. Brittany Renner then responded by saying that not every relationship was like that. The majority of relationships, she was single, the other person was single, they were just dating. So, that's just being single, some of her actions. But there were some times in relationships where she was with men. Either she didn't know she was a side chick or she didn't know it. And she had low self-esteem. So she didn't feel that she was, woman enough to have her own man. Now, at closer to age 30, she believes that she can never enter into such a relationship again. And she has more pride in herself. And, she believes that she can have her own man herself. And I think here's where a lot of ladies miss the point in Brittany Renner's situation. And this is by no means being, hate speech or no means, talking derogatory against her, but we're going to deal with the facts. Brittany Renner is an attractive young woman. Okay. She's pretty spontaneous. She has a personality I think most guys would like. Okay. But see, what's keeping Brittany Renner single or putting on side chick status is how she presents herself. It's her attitude. It's her messiness. It's her drama. It's totally how she conveys herself to the world. She refers to herself as a bitch. That's not me saying it. I've seen posts of her calling herself that. So it's not that men have put you into a side chick status situation. You've put yourself there. Okay? And you just can't say, you know what? I don't want to be a side chick anymore. So now I'm going to take myself out of that status. I mean, you talked about all these athletes that you slept with. So the whole industry and guys that would date you look at you as such. But when you say that you don't want to be a side chick ever again, there's only one way that could happen. That means Brittany Renner would have to change a lot of her current behavior and to try to appeal to men who are not really in the entertainment industry, which those two things are unlikely. Brittany Renner changing what she does online that's how she gets paid, so that's a no-go. Brittany Renner is exclusively tied to pretty much that we know, dating athletes and entertainers, guys that come from a little bit more of a professional life. They could marry her, but it's probably unlikely. And it's probably unlikely that she might find some of those guys attractive. The reality is that most chicks who are side chicks are there because of how they present themselves to the world, and how people see you. And typically, that's your brand. All right? You've branded yourself that. Now, let me just say this. For ladies who are single parents, and this is something that I see a lot in the African American community, and I'm not against, I have nothing personally against single moms. I have talked about where I prefer to live, which is in neighborhoods with families. I would not like to live in the communities I lived before, which we know who that entailed. But I would like to say this. A lot of ladies want to find their quote unquote value after becoming a single mom and having 2 and 3 kids. Okay? So that's personally fine for you. Even for me, if you believe that you have now found your worth later on in life. Here's also the reality. You have another person that you need to account for. A child, 2, sometimes I've seen as many as 4 kids, 3 different guys. You're now telling people I deserve better than what I've been getting before. I've woken up. The reality is your decisions that you've made prior to that are still with you right now. which are children, it could be some kind of emotional damage and stuff like that. Okay? And women can tell themselves that, and it could even be true. You could actually have more self-respect for yourself. Here's what happens. You need another guy on the other side to say, you know what? Yeah, you are that person for me. You're that person for me that I would choose over the fact that I have this other lady who doesn't have any children, who is younger, who probably doesn't have, as much emotional baggage with guys, that I can choose over you. I'm going to pick you and your one child, you and your 2 children, you and your 3 children, over the woman that doesn't have any kids. And I'm knowing that who Brittany Renner is, as far as what I know about her on Instagram, she's not going to be dating a bro guy. She's going to want a guy that has money, that's, working hard, doing things, active in making money. So how does she compete against a woman that's, let's say, 24, or a woman that's her age, 29, 30, who's an attorney, has no children, who's not on Instagram flaunting her stuff? How does she compete against a person like that? In these big cities in America, you have women who look like Brittany Renner, who are completely built, who can speak like 4 or 5 different languages, and they're black. They have no children. And it's just like, okay, well, you don't have any baby daddy drama. So as a guy, who do I need to pick? And you see this behavior all the time. You see ladies, upping their self-worth on the dating market to themselves after they've had children. And and the guys they want have the options to not deal with them and pick somebody else. It doesn't make it a bad thing, but it's a truthful thing. And this is the dilemma that, here we go again, not understanding what the dating market is requiring. You're in a market now in America where people are dating less, marrying less than ever before. So I want you to understand that. Women now have the hardest time getting married ever in the history of the country. Now, kids are being born less, okay? Less, because of the court system and everything else, and people want to, have more freedom. You have women that don't want to get married also. So it's harder to compete. You can't be able to just say that and not mean it and not have any proof of concept. The proof of concept is like, well, I'll never be a side chick again. Yeah, you probably won't, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be somebody's main chick. You can say, I'm not going to be a side chick and just be by yourself. But what are your real chances of elevating and getting a guy on the same level that you were getting before that will say, you know what? You won't be number 3. You'll be my only one. What changes in yourself have you made to make yourself more available to a man that is like that? And you never hear that part of the conversation either. You never hear women talking about the changes in the development that they have went through to achieve a man like this. They've never done it. It's all about what they want and never about what they've done to get that. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.